CFM Radio.
CFM Radio, we are live.
We are back once again on another Wednesday evening to deliver you video game music and news. What is up, Vector?
Not much, Drix. How's it going on your end, man? You got these jams for us tonight?
Oh yeah, always fresh tunes coming your way. Been playing pinball, been revisiting a little Mario Sunshine, on my Switch, and a lot of hell diving lately. That's been a good time. Playing with our friend on his stream, Johnny Deals.
Good old Johnny, always streaming the coolest stuff over there. I see him streaming also a lot of Fallout, He's over there.
Yeah.
He's very wide variety of games over on friend of the stream, Johnny Deals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're getting into some Among Us. Good multiplayer times ahead.
Absolutely. And hey, you know what, Drakes? I've been jumping into a little bit of multiplayer myself, but it's a little bit different from what you might think. I've been checking out the demo for this game called Quest Master. It's on Steam, and I pretty much got to say it. It's pretty much Super Zelda Maker. If you know Mario Maker, if you know that kind of style of game, you make it, I play it style, right? Like,
yeah. Sandboxing user-created content. Infinite hours of fun.
Absolutely, but it's all Legend of Zelda style dungeon crawling, and it's pretty awesome. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm having a lot of fun building. I've building my own dungeon. I still haven't finished my first dungeon yet. I'm getting close. I was working on it before the stream, but right now I've ran through a couple dungeons to get like a little bit of inspiration and like get my creative juices going. But the one thing that Quest Master has made me want to do, Drix, is actually made me want to go back and play some more classic Zelda games. So I'm thinking I might dig out my Link's Awakening for the Switch and just play the Playmobil style Zelda.
Yeah, that was a good time. I remember beating the DX on the Game Boy Color and unlocking the hidden tunic.
Oh, yeah.
Red or blue, your choice, just like Pokemon at the time.
Right? That was awesome. And hey, you know what? It's not like there isn't anything new going on over on our Twitch channel. Over on Twitch, we started up a brand new series. You could check out the first episode if you missed it. It is the Backlog Beatdown. And you know what, Drix? The first game I'm beating down in my backlog is Sonic Frontiers. And I picked it because they said that it was going to get like a year's worth of free DLC, and all that DLC is now deployed. And boy, oh boy, if you were stuck around on Twitch on Tuesday, from the second it booted up, it was like playing a fresh run of like Fallout New Vegas, because you get all of these like DLC alerts like, hey, new game plus, hey, this character is available, hey, these things, new feature unlocked, hey, update available. It's like, wait a minute, whoa, I've never played this game before, what's going on? Like,
yeah, definitely worth the wait. And man, the best of both worlds, doing some 3D running, some 2D side scrolling. I saw some insane bosses on the stream, just chasing them through the skies, and yeah, wow, what a Sonic game.
I actually really enjoy it a lot. I enjoy the little things in this Sonic game, and like I said on the stream, I'm a longtime Sonic fan. Sonic the Hedgehog, my personal favorite video game, 90s video game franchise, I should say. Mascot Wars, I'm a veteran of those mascot platformer wars. Sonic was my main man. And you know what? I gotta say, the little things in Sonic the Hedgehog have always been the things that made it stand out. Like the little ways you could manipulate the physics, keep your speed consistent throughout the entire run, and just essentially exploiting the systems to keep going as fast as you possibly can. And Drix, on Tuesday, boy oh boy, was I really trying to take advantages of those little things, because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of little rules in Sonic Frontiers. You were talking about the side-scrolling levels in Sonic Frontiers. You could use, just like in most new Sonic games, modern Sonic games, you have like the boost. It's like you just gain speed out of nowhere kind of thing. But, those rules you can only use one boost midair per jump, so you have to land at certain points. Your boost actually like resets your speed if you use it in midair. So like using it on the ground is actually a little bit more advantageous. It's like you land with your momentum and then you boost and then you get more momentum because you just keep all of it because you're on the ground, and you could use it to leap into the air. And then that's not even to mention all the things you could do in the 3D realm of it. And then all the skill tree stuff, all of the different kind of combos, the combo system. I really like it because at any point during your combo, you could jump and you like jump out of the combo, but because it's like kind of a wonky game, it has like 90s fighting game style vibes in the combo system. So you could do like you could totally like do all of your quick hits in the combo, jump right before the power hit comes out, and then immediately after the jump, start doing your quick hits again, and you gain like a ton of meter, and then that meter allows you to do like your like phantom sonic attacks. It's a really cool game. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a great time with it, especially like you said too, with all those crazy bosses that you see, because they're just in the open world. You're just running around there and it's like, oh, giant boss, let's go fight him. Like,
yeah, some pretty interesting looking not just enemy designs, but like mechanics, the way they're like spitting out a trail and you're following it and grinding alongside and stuff. It's I mean, I know you've played a lot of Sonic games, but it still looks pretty groundbreaking from my perspective too.
Absolutely. I think it's definitely the most engaging Sonic game I've played in a very long time, and I can say since Sonic Mania pretty much, and I think I definitely think I can see why it got even though the praise was, let's say, lukewarm, 7 out of 10 isn't amazing, but for Sonic the Hedgehog, boy oh boy, that might as well be a 10.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun to watch somebody play who's actually beaten like Sonic games on the Genesis and so forth.
Yeah, man, and those games, hey, all those 2D Sonic games are winners. But you know what, Drix? I gotta say, as much as we love talking about all of our video games and how much we love this industry, we just gotta rip the Band-Aid right off from the top, Drix. It's a heavy show today, so let's kick it off with this one from DualShockers. And unfortunately, here's the headline. Quote, XCOM 2 director says he's never seen such, quote, horrific layoffs in his 25 years in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the industry, but I can say the same thing after about a year of doing CFM Radio.
You're not. You are really, actually, Drix, that's a really, really good, it's a really, really good barometer, right?
Yeah. I'm getting sad every time I see Hi-Fi Rush now, because putting out a good game doesn't mean old Microsoft won't close your studio. That's like, I might be doing a bit of grieving on that one.
Not just that, dude, but to see Hi-Fi Rush, Tango Gameworks get shut down, and then have the head of Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, come out and be like, hey, we need more games like Hi-Fi Rush. What?
Yes. Just, what a slap in the face.
What?
We can't afford to run all these studios. Then why did you buy them?
Yes. But you know what? Hey, listen. Again, we're going off track. Here's the article from the article. Quote, Jake Solomon, a 23-year veteran at Firaxis, recently announced his new independent studio, Midsummer Studios. DualShockers sat down with Solomon to speak about his new studio and debut title, but the conversation also touched upon the tumultuous state of the gaming industry. Midsummer managed to raise $6 million in venture capital, but Solomon acknowledges that they were, quote, very fortunate to do so given the state of the industry. In the article, Solomon also touches on a lot of the trends and difficulties in the industry, but a few points really stick out in this interview. But before we jump into those points, Drix, again, going all the way back to Lionhead Studios veterans, people, again, more industry veterans coming out from just like this guy, his 23 years. We just had a couple weeks back Lionhead Studios veterans announcing and then announcing their game and announcing its cancellation in the same breath. So that's the state of the industry.
Yeah, we got to take a deep breath after that one.
So here's what he had to say about a couple of these points, about these, I should say, here are these points that stick out readily when you take a look at this interview. Quote, by one estimate, there have already been over 9,500 industry layoffs in 2024. In my 25 years, I've never seen anything like it, Solomon remarks. We feel really fortunate to be in a position where we are safe. We're not tied to any publishers yet. We control our own destiny. He also shares his insights about the games themselves. Quote, I played Spider-Man 2, and I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck did they make this? Solomon exclaims. I swear to God, it seems more complicated than if you made Avengers Endgame. The movies could not have been as complicated as the stuff they pulled off in this game. And then reading further, he points to releases like Helldivers 2 and Manor Lords as a positive of the industry's current state. Sorry. Quote, we're seeing gamers flock to these leaner, lower budget titles that are built around emergent systems rather than high budget cinematics and spectacle. And you know what, Drix? There's a lot of one of the more subdued stories in the gaming sphere that, it's one of those stories that's more subdued because it's one of those anecdotal stories. Maybe you might know somebody, maybe I might know somebody, but it's this phenomena of people going back to retro games.
Oh yeah, no, you're talking to him. I'm a firm believer that maybe some of the best games ever made might have already been made.
Absolutely, but I'm a firm believer that we're also, me personally, I believe that in this era, the COVID era, the PS5 era, a lot of it's being taken for granted. At least to me, we have a lot of great releases like Returnal, like the God of War, like the latest God of War game, I should say, Final Fantasy 16, other games that people don't talk about a lot, like Deathloop, even games that were, maybe not looked upon so favorably at launch, like No Man's Sky. That game has a huge following now. Like, these games are insanely huge. They leverage this hardware. The ones that actually use the hardware and as a jumping off point are always incredible. And man, I feel like there's just a lot this generation has to offer, especially when you're talking indie games. But it's like all of these industry veterans have been singing the same tune. I've never seen anything like this.
Nope. It is still the Wild West and some uncharted territory as far as career moves go. Yeah.
Never seen anything like it. No one is funding anything. No, moving away. It's funny that that Solomon in this interview says that he says that he sees gamers flock to leaner, lower budget titles that are built around emergent systems rather than high budget cinematics and spectacles. And these insights, they might seem like surface level because you might think to yourself, oh, well, yeah, because Hogwarts Legacy was like the best-selling game of last year, and WB still wants to make more games like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League that they admit hurt them as far as revenue was concerned in the last year. And it's like, sure, but if that's what the people want, then that's what the people want.
Yeah, they're just heading after some coveted live service motherlode that keeps people engaged for long periods of time, and microtransactions and the like, or battle passes and what have you.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I keep hearing this, again, anecdotally, just from me, I keep hearing this buzz around gaming as a entertainment medium, in that It's less about making something that's higher quality and more about making something that capitalizes on player retention.
Yeah. It's like, we can tell you bought bots on your social media account when nobody's engaging with your content.
Exactly. And then on top of it, if it doesn't matter how you're feeling if you're playing the game, you're still playing the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is kind of brutal and kind of a bad way to look at something like this, but man, that's how these guys are thinking about it. That's why we're not going to get another game like Hogwarts Legacy more than likely. That's why Square Enix says that they're not doing single platform releases anymore. Everything's going to be multi-platform in the future. Sarah Bond coming out here saying that live services and revenue increases from the same game just need to keep going further and further with release.
Line only goes up.
Line only goes up, with new game releases, day and date. You know what I mean? Like all of it, and then on top of it, other reports keep saying that we reported on one a couple weeks back saying that the well might be drying up for Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly. We might have an unsustainable business model on our hands with the Xbox Game Pass subscription service.
And hey, right before we go into a break to listen to some crazy music, we're going to sneak one more headline right in here for you. And Drix, because we're talking about a changing industry and we simply can't ignore what's arguably the biggest story in the industry. And it might be a smaller one, but boy, oh boy, is it a bombshell. And this is from gamesindustry.biz, because the headline is, quote, PlayStation names Herman Hulst and Hideaki Nishino as its new CEOs.
Ooh, plural.
Plural, CEOs.
Wow, it's almost like they have a Eastern guy and a Western guy. Huh?
Ooh, funny how that works, right? From the article, quote, Herman Hulst and Hideaki Nishino will jointly succeed Jim Ryan as the CEOs of Sony Interactive Entertainment. Hulst is CEO of the newly named Studio Business Group, which includes all of PlayStation's first-party teams, plus covers the development of PlayStation IP onto other mediums such as TV and film. Hulst was already head of PlayStation Studios. He was previously the co-founder of Horizon and Killzone developers Guerrilla Games, which was acquired by Sony in 2005. Pretty impressive resume from somebody who comes from, you might think Guerrilla Games today, pretty big name. They do the Horizon series. They've got maybe Killzone wasn't the most amazing thing in the world, but they still cut their teeth. They were acquired back in 2005, and Herman Hulst, he's one of the founding members. He's one of two CEOs of PlayStation.
Yeah, sounds like he really has paid in his dues. I mean, 2005 was a long time ago. And,
you're not kidding.
A lot of experience
almost
to be
2
having
decades.
In the games making industry. Yeah.
Yeah, and then reading further, Hideaki Nishino will lead the Platform Business Group, which includes console hardware, technology, accessories, PlayStation Network, and third-party relations, covering major publishers and indie studios. He was already SVP of Platform Experiences. He's been part of the Sony businesses since 2006, holding numerous roles at Sony Network Entertainment, Sony Corporation, and Sony Interactive Entertainment. So these guys, Drix, have been around for about 20 years. Got about 40 years of experience between these guys in the gaming industry.
Yeah, collectively. So there is going to be some interesting collaboration going on between these two head honchos.
And you make an interesting observation too. You could see this as sort of like a union between East and West, right? In a really interesting way, like a very because Herman Hulst, this guy sounds like he's all about the games, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
He sounds like he's all about the games. He sounds like he's ready to step in and make sure that the quality is there and that the people are getting the kind of games that they want to play. Whereas Mr. Nishino, he's over here and he's been on the tech side for just as long as Holst has been on the game dev side. So, Drix, this seems like a cool idea, but the one thing that has me, that I guess I should say I just can't wrap my head around is I can't name off the top of my head one corporation that is successful, that has two CEOs that operates right now.
Yeah, I just hope they're not breaking the bank paying these guys either.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I'm trying to say, is that, you've got these guys who, again, between the two of them, about 40 years of game industry experience. These guys are no joke. You know what I mean? They know what's up. But they're CEO levels, and that means CEO level salaries. And in an environment where you have, again, the XCOM 2 director is saying that he's never seen such, quote, horrific layoffs in his 23 or 25 years in the industry. And now you've got two CEOs at the helm of PlayStation? That's a lot of money, Drix.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they don't expend too much resource just trying to get these two guys to agree on stuff.
Yeah, oh man. I don't even want to think about that kind of that many layers deep in theorizing about how these things might happen. But you know what? Hey, let's not worry about that right now. We've got new releases coming up next, and we're gonna jam to this Spring Yard sound and jam. What's going on, Drix? What is this?
Oh yeah, you nailed it with the Genesis sound chip. This is the title theme from Dino Land on the Sega Mega Drive.
Dino Land, Sega Mega Drive, CFM Radio. We'll be back with new releases. Catch you in a minute.
CFM Radio. Video game news.
109, baby, that's where the skanks hang out. They love my shiny dome and my nasty flip-flops. I don't need no instructions to know how to rock. I don't need no instructions to know how to rock. More than a feeling is the world's greatest song. I crank it all day long, all over my block. I don't need no instructions to know how to rock. Get the f*** out of my pool.
CFM Radio.
All right, CFM Radio, we are back.
That was "They Come to Get Us" by a band called the Death Set, which was featured on the Sunset Overdrive soundtrack, a game that's on Game Pass, if you'd like to check that one out. And another bangin' rockin' tune from a PS2 game called Aqua Teen Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro Am, which is both a golfing game, kart racing game, and an action game. So, yeah, go ahead and try to pick that one up on the PS2 if you can, because that sounds like a good time.
It's a pretty interesting game if you ever played it. It's not particularly good at anything it does, but it's got all three. Definitely has a lot of gameplay variety in it, I will say.
Yeah. From a weird period of Cartoon Network games.
Yeah, seriously. But hey, you know what? Beyond, we got to stop talking about that old stuff, because you know what, Drinks? We got new games.
Oh yeah, every week we are coming at you with the new releases for you to indulge in.
Right, with all of this crazy industry shuffling news, in landscape of the industry that we love changing, you know what I mean? All this stuff. Like, we can't forget the things that we love are the games that come out every week. And you know, first we got an interesting one. First up is a very fun game with a fun title. It's called Laura.
I like this theme.
Yeah,
theme of rhyming games like a big little kitty, big city, and Lorelei and the Laser Eye.
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. The trailer's right up there on the B-roll right now, and we've got it from the Steam page. Quote: "A woman summoned by an eccentric man to participate in a project in an old hotel somewhere in Central Europe becomes embroiled in a game of illusions, increasingly dangerous and surreal." And you know, Driggs, this game definitely, surreal is the word for this game. It is really wild looking, has a crazy visual style, and I've got to say, this is one of those games where if you're looking for something different, you definitely want to check this one out, because it looks like it has that classic, like it's like Grim Fandango meets a much more serious Resident Evil style horror game, or Silent Hill, you know, that kind of vibe.
It's a little bit low poly, but also just has a comic art style that just kind of jumps right out at you.
Right. It's got that. I don't know if anybody checked out Indica last week. It's also coming out this week for consoles. But if you checked out Indica, this game gives me that kind of vibe too, where it's got like this surrealism mixed with, like you said, like this video gamey presentation of like low poly, low res. You know, like you're still playing the game, but then you have like in this B-roll, you know, you have these flashes, these moments of like hyper-realistic documents and keypads, and, you know, computer screens and things like that. You're like, whoa, what the fuck is that? So surreal.
Yeah. the Sin City color palette of just black and white and red.
Right, I know. Faint colors, but that are
Yep.
striking. Like, and that is Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, and that is coming to you tomorrow from PC and Switch, May 16th.
Yeah,
And
also a good band name.
yeah, seriously. And next up, we've got another game with an interesting name. This one is Drix. I'm going to say it. Please fix the road.
Finally, a game where we live out our truest fantasies of fixed roads.
Of fixing the goddamn road. You know, do you remember when Domino's used to fix your roads? I do.
Yeah. Great campaign. Bring that one back.
Bring it back. Seriously, I need some fucking roads fixed. But
Yep, super punk DIY.
DIY. But and this one is from the Steam page. Quote, "Please Fix the Road" is a colorful, minimalistic, laid back, and casual puzzle game in which it's probably not hard to guess you're fixing roads. Your road repair doesn't have to be beautiful. It just needs to get the job done. Your mom will like this game too. And you know what, Drix? That is a Wii style selling point, or selling tagline that if I've ever heard one. Even your mom can play. Like,
Yeah, definitely. None of that violence that the kids cling on to nowadays.
Helldivers,
No shooting
man. We know Helldivers is $40, but your mom can play this one. Okay?
Yep. Yeah,
Like,
so
that's got to be worth more.
absolutely. I mean, it's cute. It's adorable, and it's a a nice, refreshing color palette. Good contrast from the last game we just talked about.
Right? Yeah, exactly. That's kind of also one of the reasons why I picked it. You know what I mean? It's Please Fix the Roads and Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Fun games, eccentric titles, eccentric games. And Drix, I gotta say, when you get a spread of games like these in a week, you really see that there is indeed something out there for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And man, looking at the Steam page, this game's only $9.99.
It's $10.
It's a
Please
fresh
fix
one.
the road.
Yeah,
Guys,
fresh, fun puzzles.
get out there, fix the damn roads. Like,
Yep.
be the change you
Doesn't
want to
have be
see.
Pretty.
All right, please fix the roads. That's out today for Xbox, May 15th. Out today for Xbox, but it's coming out tomorrow for PS4, PS5, and Switch, May 16th.
Nice. Yeah, a little bit of 24-hour exclusivity there.
A little bit, yeah, just a tiny bit of exclusivity. You know what I mean? Hey, Square Enix is never doing anything like that again.
Nope. Out the window.
Out the window. But you know what, Drake? The one thing that's not out the window is the show. Not quite yet, at least. And we have one more story to talk about, and it's concerning a big game that was revealed today that you might have heard of, but we might have some information that may reveal a little bit more than maybe just a trailer. So stick with us. We'll be right back. And Drix, what do we got playing right now?
Right now, we are listening to an NES game called The Ultimate Stuntman. The song is called The
Ooh.
Human Fly.
The Ultimate Stuntman. Hey, you know what? The Human Fly or die.
CFM Radio.
We'll be back.
elements. There's DJing, there's breaking, there's graffiti, and then there's the MC. Top of the food chain, devouring the competition. Abort mission, cause it's the bomb like nuclear fission. To go against some arsonists, now that's a bad decision. Cause it's steadily dropping shit like a flock of pigeons. So listen as I paddle up your ear canals torrential. Waters on instrumental, feeding you vitamins and all essentials. Potential's monumental when it comes to hip-hop. Making a terror stop is like holding back a triceratops. Our ratios replacing those wannabes you're facing pros. Screaming about your drugs, money, violence, and fellatios. Stereotypes got you blind like Venetians. The bullshit they're speaking's causing ozone depletion. Delivery upon completion. We're civilized like the Phoenicians, but won't hesitate. Commence deletion. I hit backspace and you're gone within a second. My clarity's beyond, but I stay mic check. Now tell me who's known for rocking the mic. Setting fires blazing off stages in sight. Even to the MC holding the crowd, you must admit you didn't know it. Now you know hip hop's the shit. Now tell me who's known for rocking the mic. Setting fires blazing off stages in sight. Even to the MC holding the crowd, you must admit you didn't know it. Now you know hip hop's the shit. And I ain't calling it quits, cause lyrically I stay fit. Tightening requirements to battles, first aid kits. Spit gigabits of wits, putting niggas to shame. Y'all didn't listen when Spike Lee told you I got game. I'm diplomatically immune from these buffoons. Dwell in my cocoon in the cut like DJ Typhoon. Stay tuned, the creature from the Black Lagoons coming soon. Cold like the dark side of the moon. At high noon, be ready to face off like Cage and Eminem. Spit fire flamming, put an end to your problem. I remain dormant till I'm performing to trick opponents. Never disown it, keeping hidden power components. Menace to society due to my variety. Lend my notoriety to the point that labels are eyeing me. They want my soul up on wax. CSF contacts, Charles Boston keeping me from getting caught for my tracks. Now tell me who's known for rocking the mic. Setting fires blazing on stages in sight. Even to the MC holding the crowd, you must admit you didn't know it. Now you know hip hop's the shit. Now tell me who's known for rocking the mic. Setting fires blazing on stages in sight. Even to the MC holding the crowd, you must admit you didn't know it. Now you know hip hop's the shit. My power towers like the Eiffel. Believe I got the right pull. My vision is insightful. You look, you get an eyeful. Subverse psychology keeps you thinking that you as hot as me. The stature Adam's apple performing a tracheotomy. Follow me if you can, cause I remain inventing. Y'all niggas about to be out of here like Bill Clinton. Inaugurate the magistrate, #1 candidate. I carry weight like freights when passing through them 52 states. Perfection on the first take, while it causing the worst quakes. I shift the earth's plate, stomp hard, and made the first lakes. The crust breaks, divided into continents. My prominence is dominance. Through common sense, I free the dense. Tense, past, present, to future. I speak through time, continue. I'm channeling, traveling until I reach the ninth millennium. Attention, all space cadets. Hip hop is the triple threat, expanding like the internet. Come and place your bets.
Gaming news.
That's right, we've got some gaming news coming at you right now, Drakes, and we're going to throw it up there right here on the CFM Radio B-roll because today we had this beautiful trailer that we're running for Assassin's Creed Shadows, the latest entry in the legendary Assassin's Creed franchise.
Yeah, looking pretty sweet. Taking a trip to the east.
Right, we're going to Japan.
We're doing Land of the Rising Sun Shining Assassinations.
Yes, we are going full Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, whoops. And we are going into Japan for the latest Assassin's Creed. And you know what? I am very happy that Assassin's Creed is going to Japan. I like the idea of the dual protagonists. I like this girl protagonist. She's cool. I like how she's like the ninja. I like how you have Yasuke, the black samurai. You know what I mean? He's a cool dude.
Oh, yeah. What a historical figure, too.
Indeed.
To be fictional about. I'd love to hear some alternate history about this guy.
It's going to be pretty cool. They're going to be working together. You know what I mean? And you're going to be controlling either one, I believe, but here's the thing. And I don't mean to rain on anybody's parade because this game looks awesome. And to be fair, Assassin's Creed Mirage, it wasn't the best, but it felt like that. It had that old school Assassin's Creed feel, and I really liked that. I appreciated it. But here's the thing: this is Ubisoft we're talking about, right?
Yeah, they'll find a way.
And, you know, while we're talking new games, we might as well talk about the latest in the Assassin's Creed entry, or latest entry in the Assassin's Creed franchise. And, you know, while it had an impressive trailer, it dropped, and it was some Drix. There always comes with more, and this one came with some juicy leaks.
Yeah, just sneaking out of the boardroom and into our ears.
From Insider Gaming, the headline is, quote, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Season Pass, and DLC prices leaked.
Yeah, probably not the most hype thing you want escaping.
Yeah, of all the things that this amazing cinematic trailer made me think about, it was not what I might be paying in addition to what I'm already paying for the game.
Yeah, no, that's you know, it's publicity, but is it good? We'll see. We'll see who gets paid here.
We'll see who gets paid here. And, you know, here it is from the article, quote, the data miner named at Ubisoft Frax has outlined several new details and prices on Assassin's Creed Shadows post-launch content. According to the data miner, Shadows will launch with at least 2 post-launch new expansions at $25 each, or you could buy the season pass for $40. Drix, already. I want another $40.
That's it's a bit much to tack on to the price of a game that hasn't even released yet. And it sounds like this data miner's got a bit of a grudge against Ubisoft.
Hey, you know what? I hope you're right, because these prices sound pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe we got ourselves like a white hat hacker over here.
Yeah. And then, quote, in addition to the post-launch content, the data miner has also revealed the prices for the upcoming Helix currency, which is the Assassin's Creed currency to purchase in-game items. And reading further, images sent to Insider Gaming show that cosmetic items can be purchased via earnable and purchasable currencies. This includes the likes of cosmetic changes to your clothing, weapons, and more. And Drix, if you check out that article, again, the article's headline is, quote, Assassin's Creed Shadows Season Pass and DLC prices leaked from Insider Gaming. If you check that stuff out, you'll see all the different prices, you'll see a couple of different cosmetics, and man, you know, Drix, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sick of my retail video games feeling like mobile games.
Yeah. not quite freemium.
Yeah, like I you know, if you're gonna have, like, I don't care if I have to buy stuff, right? I don't. If you're gonna try to sell me extra stuff, whatever. But like, don't try to sell me an extra currency to obfuscate the value of my purchases, so that I don't know at a glance. So I'd have to go and be like, oh man, I gotta buy this, what is it, Helix stuff, because
some crypto.
Yeah, exactly, some crypto, so that I could compensate for the in-game gold that I can earn, so that I can get my sword. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, man. Like,
yeah. Like, you know, as time to play video games versus money to throw at having less time to play video games. I mean, what's the equation here?
I mean, here's the thing too. I've never had a problem paying for additional content. Season passes, bonus mission packs, new biomes, even some skins characters. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem paying for these things. What I have a problem for, like I said earlier, what I have a problem with, I should say, is purposely obfuscating the value of my purchase by making me buy some weird currency. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just really middlemaning the crap out of it.
Yeah, you know, but hey, I guess at the end of the day, the extra $40 for the season pass just isn't enough. You need to give me even more, and you need to make sure that I always have that little bit of extra currency left over, just in case I ever feel like I want to buy something else.
Yeah, I just, hope these devs are eating good and don't have to worry about getting fired.
Yeah, see, well, yeah, we'll hope that the horrific layoffs don't reach too much further down the industry. But you know what? That's Assassin's Creed Shadows. A little bit more than you may have bargained for when it comes to this quite impressive trailer, because it is very cool, and I am pretty hyped for the idea. Coming November 15th. Mark your calendar if you're an Assassin's Creed fan. But I gotta say, you might want to be prepared to not just pay the $70 that it's going to ask for up front, but another $40 on top. $120 pretty much.
Yeah, for the full length of the game.
Yeah, for the full game.
What
but
a
that
time to be alive.
Sheesh. Hey, that's neither here nor there. We'll rock out with one more song, and then we'll come right back for the outro. Drix, what do we got going on right here?
Well, since it's getting towards the end, we are rolling the staff credits song from Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
A classic Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker staff credit roll. Hey, you know what? Sometimes these chilled tracks, they're just what you need after you get a little bit of news that may be a little bittersweet. We'll be right back. CFM Radio. Yeah, just let this one run its course, and then we'll come on back or something. Do whatever you want to do. Sounds good. Give me a vocal track. Fuck yeah, Earthbound Stream. Sounds good. We'll end it on the Venom track, as per usual. Oh my god, the Ubisoft, the Assassin's Creed Shadow fucking pricing shit got dropped officially. They just dropped it officially. It's just as bad as we thought. Yeah, dude, they totally did. The kicker is they have a $130 version of the game. It's the base game, the pre-order bonus, the season pass, 3 days early access, and then the ultimate pack. I don't know what the ultimate pack is, but all of that, the ultimate edition, you can get the ultimate edition day one with Ubisoft Plus for $17.99 a month. Yeah, and the sub. Jesus. Like, yeah, Jesus. Give me the sub, too. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh god, this fucking B-roll froze. Hold on. All right, here we go. CFM Radio.
Yeah, that was a song called Pollyanna, in parentheses, I Believe in You, which is an arrangement from the Mother soundtrack, also known as Earthbound here in the States, which I will be continuing my playthrough of this Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific.
8 p.m. Pacific on Twitch for that Earthbound. Drix is always rocking hard with these retro playthroughs. Drix, I don't know how cool. I don't know how I can tell you how cool it is that you are sharing your bucket list games with us on stream. That is so awesome. You got Mario RPG downed, and now Earthbound is the next one that's about to go down. Drix, this is super cool. I gotta ask you, I don't think I did when Mario RPG was said and done, but was that every bit as cool as you thought it was gonna be?
Oh yeah, I think I was at your house years ago, and you were like, "Hey, check this out! I'm gonna beat the final boss of Super Mario RPG." And I was just like, "Oh man, this looks dope!" And yeah, it was quite the experience. That was one of the games, Mario RPG and Earthbound as well, where like if I died tomorrow, like I don't have a lot of regrets, but not beating these classic Super Nintendo RPGs would be one of them, because like, dude, you had time, you had decades to beat these and truly just experience them. Like, not an experience you're going to want to miss out on in your lifetime.
Yeah, but to be fair, Drix, the more and more I look online, anecdotally at least, the more and more I look online, the more and more I see people just a larger and larger group of people just have never experienced these kinds of games, never experienced Chrono Trigger, never experienced the original Fallout games, never experienced Final Fantasy VII, never experienced Final Fantasy VI, never experienced any of the games that, you and I would consider must plays or like gaming fundamentals. You know what I mean?
Generation defining games.
Yeah. I saw on a friend's Facebook status the other day, it's like, what game deserves a remake? And you know what? Off the wall, there, I went out on a limb and said, a lot of these old school arcade games, like these old Capcom games, these CPS2 games, Alien vs. Predator, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, old school Neo Geo games, Crossed Swords 2, Samurai Showdown RPG, Fatal Fury, Wild Ambition, these might not be like the best games ever made, but they're big parts of generation defining eras of gaming. And man, it's just so many experiences that were so unique have been lost.
Yeah, and just lessons in style and artwork, character design, animation, backgrounds, all of it. And I know at least like a small handful of like younger kids, say like under 20, who are retro game fans, just like us 30-somethings, and I can talk to them and their parents about games that came out for like the Super Nintendo or the PlayStation and N64 and stuff, and they're into it, man.
Hey, and I'm sure, like I said, certainly they exist. I have a couple of younger brothers, and they're all about their retro games. You know what I mean? For them, I should preface, for them, retro is something like Xbox 360, right? My little brother right now, he says he's retro gaming because he's going through Fallout New Vegas again. And you know what? I say that's pretty retro these days. Even with, it might be the Fallout show hype train, but at the end of the day, those games are retro games. And a lot of those games, it's interesting when you think about, especially games like Fallout, like that are popular today, how games such as Fallout 1 and 2, or even New Vegas, like when was the last time they made a port of New Vegas?
Yeah, I hope it'd be funny if New Vegas got the same graphics update that like Fallout 4 did recently.
Nah, that'd be awesome. But hey, you know what? All this talking about playing games, jumping into new games, we did all these awesome new games that have been released over the past couple weeks, and then we have Assassin's Creed Shadows. Even though the pricing might be wild, like I said before, the concept and the premise seem awesome, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into it. Hey, November 15th, right?
Just in time for the holidays.
Just in time for the holidays. But you know what, Drix? I think that'll be it for us here at CFM Radio. Thank you so much for spinning the sweetest tunes and the best video game music.
Yes, anytime, my friend. Always bringing the most banging video game tracks to CFM Radio every week. And a couple of originals like the ones I'm playing right now.
Hey, you know what? We love all of these groovy tracks that you bring to us every week, Drix. But you know what? We hope all of you at home have had a great night. We hope your night gets even better. Remember, subscribe to us here on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. We'll be back Monday and Tuesday next week. Backlog Beatdown on Tuesday. The RPG Theater continues with Earthbound on Monday. Drix, me, then CFM Radio, Wednesdays as per usual. It's going to be a stacked week. You don't want to miss it. And make sure you stay. If you miss any of our live streams, make sure you go twitch.tv/CFM on Twitch. Go there, follow it, and check out those VODs so you never, ever feel left behind. Drix.
It's been a pleasure spinning tracks for you this evening. I think democracy and freedom is calling. I gotta go liberate some planets for Super Earth.
And hey, you know what? I'm getting down on this game, Questmaster. Be sure, if you guys haven't checked it out, Super Zelda Maker, check it out. It's on Steam. Demo's out right now. Coming out on early access pretty soon. And we will see you guys next time.
CFM Radio.
Have a good night.